Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's episode, as you would have seen from the title, is a little different. Today I'm testing the new GS 1300. Nozaki-san from my dealer Haneda, close to Haneda Airport in Tokyo, has been so kind to allow me to test this new GS 1300. I can already feel it feels much smaller. It's a much smaller bike compared to the GS 1250 that I've got. He's put it in a higher suspension stand for me, and I like it. Really impressed so far. I'm not going to be taking this motorbike to the max, just my observations, my personal observations of what it feels like. I bought my GSA 1250, I bought it brand new. I can feel the same kind of stiffness that had when I bought it. And you can feel this again in the engine. It's nice and tight at the moment, and it's going to need freeing up a little bit more. The Gear Shift Assist Pro is that's pretty smooth. That's pretty darn smooth. My one, my GSA can be somewhat clunky at times. That's very smooth. Right guys, as I just mentioned on the when I was riding the motorbike, I've had this great opportunity to test this beautiful GS 1300. It's almost brand spanking new. It's got a couple hundred kilometers on it. Nozaki-san from Haneda, as always. Haneda are fantastic in the way that they treat me, support me, help me, so I'm extremely grateful. They've given me the opportunity to ride this new GS 1300. I'm not going to go into all of the technical details of the capabilities of this motorbike. This pure and only is my opinion, my views of what I experienced and what I feel as I ride this motorbike. I've had the GS 1250 now since 21 August. So I've been riding that motorbike now for just over around about a year and a half. And I feel that the GS 1250 feels like a real big motorbike. And you notice it when you're in third gear, that power, the torque that BMW Boxer engine has on this 1300, it just pulls you straight out. That's beautiful. I really like this. I like because it's somewhat smaller. I think I would probably enjoy this much more off-road than I'm currently doing with the GSA. Because it's much more easier to maneuver and so forth, but yet it still delivers you that Boxer engine Rhino power that I'm used to. So yeah, from that perspective, my first observation is it feels like a much smaller motorbike. But at the same time, the advantage for me would be then is off-roading. It would then have the more agility, ability to be able to move the motorbike around whilst you're on the dirt and so forth. So that's my very first observation so far. And as I've mentioned, when I was riding the motorbike as well, I just absolutely love it. It's phenomenal. It feels really good. One thing I'm noticing immediately straight off the bat is this seat is much more comfortable than the BMW GS or GSA seat from the 1250. Straight out of the factory, this stock seat provides much more support for me, speaking on my terms. Me having ridden bicycles and raced bicycles in the past, whenever we try to get a good seat fitting, we need to ensure that our sit bones are touching on the right parts of the bicycle seat. Now with this seat, I feel that my sit bones have much more support on this seat than it did with the stock seat on the 1250 that I've got. Unfortunately, I could not handle that seat at all. I had to replace it with the Wunderlich seat, and the stock seat is sitting at home in the cupboard. The motorbike also comes with adaptive height vehicle control, which is great. As you're coming up to the traffic light, it lowers itself, and then people with shorter inseams sit nicely, and you can then stand more sturdier at the traffic light. And Nozaki-san explained to me before I took off on how you can lower it and bring it up higher as well, which is quite impressive. I really like the finish on the cylinder heads here. That is phenomenal. I really like that. You've got that here as well, at the front of the engine here as well at the same time as well. Really like that. I like the design. I like the sleekness of it. It's quite impressive. Something that I'd probably have to get used to is I think that the exhaust pipe definitely is lower on this version. When you look at it, from this perspective, it still looks like, while it's on the center stand, it still looks like it's a very big motorbike. But once you're sitting on it, it feels so small and agile. It feels so easy to maneuver. Other things that people have mentioned is, the assistance you get when you're trying to put it on the center stand. I know now for sure when I've got my motorbike fully loaded with all of my equipment or stuff I want to bring along on long trips with my Moscow Moto bags, it's really heavy to get it up on the center stand, and this provides great assistance to get it on the center stand when needed. Again, the internet's full of the capabilities in that area. And then here you have then a much larger cubby container. Below here there is a USB charger, so you can possibly charge a small device in here if needed be as well. Many people have kicked back as well on how the brake light has been given up and it's been integrated into the indicator lights. I feel that probably it's okay when you're only braking, but I guess when you're braking and using the indicator, that may pose as a concern for bike riders. And the reason why that's done is because the radar sensor has been embedded into here. You've got up front here, you've got now this black box which has been introduced, which is for the adaptive cruise control, which can be built in there. And then at the same time, do you have now all of the people raising concerns about, how they dislike this front light? It doesn't bother me at all. I've grown to it, I guess. But what I would do is I would add on probably some protective glass in here at the front, just to ensure that no trucks that are in front of me or cars that are kicking up rocks could actually damage this very expensive light here as well. Another great feature that's been added on this motorbike, as you can see here, the diamond, and when I was riding, it did appear on a couple occasions, which is the lane change warning system, just to basically, not get caught out by anyone in your blind spot whenever you're moving across in lanes. I think that is a fantastic addition that they've added on here. Definitely, I'd be happy to have that for sure. I must admit, when I saw the wheels and the brakes and so forth when it first came out, I thought they'd given up on Brembo brakes. However, when you do look on the inside here, you can see they still are Brembo brakes that they've got on these motorbikes, right? There are some motorbikes that they're releasing where they just come with the standard BMW motorbike brakes, but happy to see that this one has the Brembo brakes, which I think is an absolute must. You want to have great brakes on your motorbike for sure. You can see these buttons have changed as well. They've added a quick menu button on top here. One of the things I feel, and I know a lot of people are talking about on the internet, that still these buttons are not backlit. Why BMW doesn't give us the option to have either turn them on or turn them off, I don't know, because I definitely would appreciate if they're backlit buttons, because I noticed just recently when I was riding in the dark, you're kind of fiddling with your thumb and your finger to find where the buttons are. You know what button you want, but you just can't find it because you're in the pitch black riding. Something that is great as well, which is this windshield, that it automatically goes up and down by certain speeds, as Nozaki-san was explaining to me just before I left. I do feel on my motorbike that you have like a manual knob that you can twist up and down. When you're at speed of 90 or 100 plus, it is very difficult to operate to get it because obviously the wind is pushing up against the shield. I find it very difficult to put it up or down. So this is fantastic that this has now been automated, where basically it has like a little motor that can bring it up and down. I think that's a fantastic addition. It has the lights integrated into these grips here at the moment. Here you can see these round devices here. This is where you would engage and lock your panniers. Now obviously the panniers would then be hooked into here, and then these knobs come off, and that's how you would lock them into place. And then I've heard that these round knobs then can be stuck somewhere inside the pannier once you've got it locked on. But I'm pretty confident people like Touratech, Lone Rider, Moscow Moto are hard in the work at the moment now to try and to build brackets for this new GS and then the GSA once it gets released as well. One thing for sure, I'm definitely going to be giving up on the Garmin Nav 6. I've had troubles with it delaminating, and I'm going to be upgrading to the connector from BMW. It doesn't have the clunk that my motorbike has when you're changing from a neutral to first gear. That's gone. So I've just left Haneda, headed back home, and I had a fantastic day today. Extremely grateful for Haneda, and especially Nozaki-san allowing me to take a test ride on the GS 1300. Amazing experience. And as I was wrapping up there, bumped into a lovely gentleman who's got a couple of motorbikes also under service from Haneda, and he sat on the same GS 1300, and he said, Arch, when you sit on this, you just want to ride, you just want to take off. And I feel the same experience. It's like such an amazing bike to sit on.